Research 101. Our topic for today is how to write your scope and delimitation. Ano nga ba ang scope and delimitation sa research? The scope and delimitations of a thesis, dissertation, or research paper define the topic and boundaries of the research problem to be investigated. This is part of your Chapter 1. The scope details how in-depth your study is to explore the research question and the parameters in which it will operate in relation to the population and time frame. Mamaya magbibigay ako sa inyo ng example. The delimitations of a study are the factors and variables not to be included in the investigation. Ito yung boundaries na isiset ng researcher sa kanyang study. I repeat, pagdating sa delimitations, the researcher sets the boundary. Example, study duration, population size, and type of participants, etc. Ano naman ang difference between delimitations and limitations? The difference between delimitations and limitations, ito. Delimitations refer to the boundaries of the research study based on the researcher's decision of what to include and what to exclude. The researchers narrow or the delimitations narrow your study to make it more manageable and relevant to what you are trying to prove. On the other hand, limitations relate to the validity and reliability of the study. They are characteristics of the research design or methodology that are out of your control, but influence your research findings. Example nito, yung mga questionnaires nyo. For example, nag-float kayo ng 100 questionnaires, but only 90 returned your questionnaire. Okay, that is something that the researcher could not control, pero lumabas siya, pero ganun ang nangyari sa kanyang research. So, ang tawag doon is limitations. Because of this, they determine the internal and external validity of your study and are considered potential weaknesses of the study. Limitations relate to the validity and reliability of the study. Ano ibig sabihin ba ng validity at saka ng reliability? Validity refers to how accurately a method measures what it is intended to measure. Yung mga methods ba na ginamit mo sa research mo, mini-measure ba niya ang dapat niyang i-measure? Sinasagot ba niya ang general at saka specific problem mo ng accurately? Or to obtain useful results, the methods you use to collect your data must be valid. The research must be measuring what it claims to measure. This ensures that your discussion of the data and the conclusions you draw are also valid. In research, the term reliability means repeatability or consistency. A measure is considered reliable if it would give us the same result over and over again. Talk of limitations, they are characteristics of the research design or methodology that are out of your control but influence your research findings. They are considered potential weaknesses of your study. In other words, limitations are what the researcher cannot do. These are the elements outside of their control. And delimitations are what the researcher will not do, elements outside of the boundaries they have set. Both are important because they help to put the research findings into context, and although they explain how the study is limited, they increase the credibility and validity of a research project. Paano ba magsulat ng scope and delimitation? First is the why, next, what, where, when, who, and how. Kailangan mong sagutin itong mga questions na to. Pag sinabi natin why, this refers to the general aims and objectives or purpose of the research. What refers to the subject to be investigated and the included variables. Where, the location of setting of the study, where the data will be gathered and to which entity the data will belong. When, the time frame within which the data is to be collected. Who, the subject matter of the study, and the population from which they will be selected. This population needs to be large enough to be able to make generalizations. How the research is to be conducted, including description of the research design, whether it is experimental research, qualitative research, or a case study methodology, research tools and analysis techniques. Here is a short example of scope and delimitation. Title of the research, Career Certainty Among College Freshmen. Scope and delimitation. This study will attempt or attempted to look into factors that will have influence career certainty among college freshmen in anong place. Specifically, this study will sought to answer the following: the profile of college freshmen, gender, academic aptitude, standing of college freshmen. Respondents were first-year students from different colleges. Data will be were example. Kung makikita nyo dito, guys, meron siyang will, meron siyang future tense, and past tense. Bakit? Kasi kapag sinusulat nyo pa lang ay yung proposal nyo, this has to be in future tense. Pero kapag natapos nyo na at finalize nyo na yung manuscript niyo, it has to be in past tense. Okay, so I will read the example. The example came from the title Career Certainty Among College Freshmen, Scope and Delimitation. This study will attempted to look into factors that will have influenced career certainty among freshmen in, specifically, the study will sought to answer the following: the profile of college freshmen, gender, academic aptitude, standing of college freshmen. Respondents were first-year students from different colleges in what place. Data were gathered during school year. A questionnaire were designed to determine the profile of the respondents. The researcher will also use standardized tests such as the anong instrument ang ginamit mo to measure students' academic preparation. Also here you will have to discuss also your population and sample and the sample method that you have used. Okay, so that's it, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye.